Hello, everybody, and welcome to this episode of. Hello, everybody, and welcome to this episode of Match Spotlight Weekly. Today is Water Taste versus Unity. Quite rare teams to be having a match, mainly because one's. Hello, everybody, and welcome to this episode. It's a standard 8v8. You have to have one. Maps pretty standard: Skyworlds, Airlock, and Blackout. Class limits today, no Dwarf and Engineer, despite them being allowed this month as tests. 1 Assassin, Archer, Mage, Pyro, Necro, and Elf. 2 Medics, and 3 Ninjas and Heavies. There's no limits on any other parts of the class. Other than that, rules are standard mandatory match rules and no Ninja capping. I am the commentator for Date Proterozoic, and I've got a co-commentator with me. That is Arctic Galaxy. Hi, Arctic.
Hello, everyone. We are ready for some exciting Minecraft gameplay.
Yes, I was kind of upset when I saw the limits today because I was talking about this before the stream started, but we don't. It's pretty standard despite us having the Engineer and Dwarf unrestricted. And if I'm honest, these are two types of kind of team where I was hoping that they might be more willing to play around with the format.
I think that, especially how it's kind of been the same for a very long time, people are very reluctant to just, try new things right off the bat. So I think in time we will definitely see people using the...
I'm hoping we really do, because I want to see a meta change. We've had the same meta for a number of years now, and it's really not doing well for us. I think it's stagnating the game. So I'm hoping we see some more of that. On to something a bit more relevant, though, the teams that we're having today. Now, I see a couple of really potentially dangerous Water Taste players, but I think the main bulk of the power lies on Unity's side. I'm just looking at the Unity roster right now, and I'm seeing a number of really good PvPers.
I mean, I don't think both teams have been active, but I think Unity has been more active than Water Taste. So
I think it's also worth noting that we actually have a new player in the team system at the minute. We've got Paddy M, and he's playing Archer for Unity, which is really interesting because we haven't seen a new Archer main since I guess Ace joined the team system a good couple of years ago now. Now, I have seen him play, and he's not the best yet, but he could have a really significant effect on the game if he turns out to get the experience he needs. As of right now, though, he seems to be having a lot of trouble dealing with Water Taste players. So Cool has already stolen flag for Unity, and he is out of the flag room, but he has just fallen off. But he did get out. He did get out of the flag room first time, which is significant for a defensive map like Skyworlds. I think that goes down to Unity's offense being better, because it is clearly the stronger of the two offenses. But Water Taste is known for a really defensive playstyle as well.
Dean's so cool on offense, so I'm kind of intrigued by this.
I'm seeing Dave doing a lot of work against the medic.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Someone is also playing Ninja, and they are targeting the medic down before it even gets across the map. That's really significant, because once you lose your medic before you even get out.
Unity isn't really steal that.
Medic. 2 soldiers did get into the flag room there for Water Taste. Both got killed, but they both got in. And So Cool is out. Is he actually out again, or no? He's been killed this time. I doubt we'll see many caps on this map just because of the defensive nature of it. And I am really
can get out with their support, and the medic isn't left alone. It's pretty easy.
I think for Water Taste, and then they're not running an Archer on Skyworlds, and that's almost unheard of. That is a big mistake, especially when they arguably have the better Archer. I mean, they could really exploit that to the maximum, because I know this map for Archers it's just, if they can get in the right place, they can tear apart your offense before it gets halfway across the map, let alone into a position where they're going to you know, capture or even steal. Now, Paddy seems to be retreating. I wonder if that is a little bit. I wonder if that is because he can't get significant headshots, or is it because he's being pressured? That's the other big thing. It depends on whether or not your archer can handle the pressure, and I'm not sure Paddy can. He is being supported significantly by his teammates, though, so that is good news.
Just see Dave bullying the medic at mid, yeah. Although,
he's having
the medic does have support, but yeah.
I'm just having a look at Paddy because there doesn't seem to be any significant steals at the minute. I'm just kind of interested to see how he's doing as an archer, and the way I see it, he seems a little bit sluggish off the bat.
I don't think he can do much because their defense is roaming so far up. I mean, they're at mid right now, and no one's getting past.
I see that, but I also see Paddy's not really aiming that well, if that makes sense. He's, as I say, he's a little bit sluggish to get the hits that he needs, and his aim is a little bit off. But, I mean, those are teething troubles that you get when you're playing Archer for the first time in a match.
Medic stealing.
Professor Pilates has now stolen for Unity.
This is a medic. No, he didn't even get out of the flag room.
That is to be expected, because I would say Waterstays is a defensive team. I've already said that, and they do focus on flag room defense. So the chances are, if you get the steal, you're not getting out of the flag room. But if you can, you've got a big chance of capturing.
Waterchase offense is having trouble getting flag room. One soldier is here, but I think he's a bit low. And
I expect that's probably the double ninja that Unity are running. This is a classic. Despite its Unity being off being disbanded for a good while, they tend to be running the same kind of basic stance as they did back in the old days, in that they're running double ninja.
Rommel did just kill versions, however, he is back and another offense could really utilize that.
This is also a big weakness for Unity. In fact, the fact that they don't have a significant pyro main, because it means versions is having to play it.
Yeah. Oh, Cyber just got out, although she is being. Oh, yeah.
Dead.
DT just pushed her off the sponge and
now, I can't,
took her for a ride.
Now, now it hasn't actually said which map is each team's choice, so I don't know whether this is Unity's or Water Taste. I would suspect it's probably Water Taste's. Because it's much, yeah. I'm not surprised, because Airlock doesn't sound like a map that Unity would choose. Sorry, or that Water Taste would choose. Just given the roster that they have. Since we seem to be focusing more on the midfield at the minute, I would say that Lou is actually doing significant damage to the ninjas, but the fact that he is dying consistently, pretty much, because of the pressure he's feeling. Now, Waterstate's roster offense seems to be going.
So Cool just got out, however he
instantly died.
Oh no, Cyber
picks that up.
Oh, she did. Nice, good wall climb.
And there is a medic coming.
Oh, I think it's too far. Oh, that's unfortunate. She got knocked into the void.
As it should be said, Bread Administrator or Deplicastus did actually manage to steal as well, but didn't get very far. It should be said that oh, that was a headshot for Paddy. That's good news. He does seem to be being attacked by ninjas, though. That's unfortunate. So surprisingly, I predicted that Water Taste would actually manage to hold Unity off on their own map choice, and for the most part, it seems that they're able to do that.
Yeah, but you know, and I think on this map, the majority of the caps come in the last 5 minutes, I believe, usually.
Yes, but that doesn't seem to be. Yes, that seems to be the case for most of the captures on this map. With that said, I don't even think they're getting some pretty.
Switch Cyber off of Soldier, and she is she's medic now.
So
Pyro is dead. So Cool is in the flag room getting the heal, but can he get out?
He actually can get out, and he is almost across the map. He does get knocked off by DCJ. That was a good play by him.
No, he just needs to run. I don't know why he's wall climbing. He needs to run.
He doesn't have a medic.
Go under, buddy. Oh, the medic is.
He's dead. That was
he
poor
stalling for
coordination
time.
on Unity's part.
No,
It was
I
poor
think
coordination on Unity's part. He could have, as you said, he could have just run. There was no need to wall climb that. The further he got, the better. And unfortunately, I don't think he would have captured it either way, but he would have had more of a chance if he'd just run for it.
not yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, but I know how good So Cool is at straight PvP. He could have killed at least one of those ninjas.
She gets a combo on you and you're already low with no stake.
Yeah, but so as I say, I've seen So Cool playing recently, and he's much better than how he used to play. He could definitely take one of those ninjas.
I'm not saying he can't. I'm just saying there's an added pressure when you don't have any insurance, which is stake.
Yeah, as I say, I didn't think he'd actually capture that anyway, just because of where he was, but relative to where his support was. But he did actually get out, and it's the most significant steal of the game, so we can't really knock him for it.
Water Taste's offense. Oh, they're at mid.
Well, Water Team is Water Taste has always been a defensive team, so their offense is not their strong point. It's mainly about getting a quick counter steal, maybe.
On the pyro. Oh god, that's kind of sad. No,
but it didn't work. And I do like Suwu as playing as Pyro because he is definitely the more experienced Pyro on Water Taste. He is also one of the strongest. He's fully able to handle at least one ninja before he even gets healed, let alone the two. I like the idea from Unity, but I don't think it's going to be significant enough with just that medic hanging around. As long as Water Taste play their cards right, that flag isn't going to go anywhere. Again, I do like the Water Taste line of attack here, because the reason you can't see them is because they're constantly going underground. That's to just avoid damage. I don't think that's particularly necessary, but it is avoiding unnecessary damage, which is good. The downside is they're going a route which I really don't like. They're going right next to the drop-off point, which means you can very easily be knocked off the map there.
So Cool got out and got the restore. He's taking the sponge to mid right now. He's clean. Going under.
Offense is not physically.
I don't know if I really liked that decision because he could have run down mid and it would have been fine, but he does kill the ninja.
Yeah. He has got significant health left, so this could be a capture if
he does have support.
Medic kill.
He does have
significant support.
Oh my god,
that was very close.
Oh my god,
that was very close. If that had been a second later, he would have lost that. But it's too late for Water Taste to recover that now. It's far too late.
He needs to be careful and make sure that he's not knocked off. Yeah, he needs to be careful, alright. I think he's...
Storm, meanwhile, has stolen counter. And he is out.
Alright.
And he is getting across. There are players on him, but he is not being... He has got a medic restore, so this could be a stalemate. I think it's going to be a stalemate, because this is what I was talking about. Water Taste aren't known for being particularly good at capturing on their own, but if they can get a counter steal off, they're very good at keeping it.
Been restored yet.
Now, there is a ninja right below him, but it's not enough.
He's gonna
Nexus has got to restore, yeah. He's got two medics right there on him. There's very little that they can do to stop Nexus from holding onto that flag now without, an insta-kill or an assassinate. Or maybe a pyro frenzy.
About Skyril's, in my opinion, is that it is not good for stalemates. It really is not a good map for stalemates. Oh, he nearly just got knocked off.
Yes, but he didn't. And that's the experience of Nexus as well. That was really good handling of the situation by Nexus. And
either inside this little tower thing on the ledge or behind spawn is the best place to stand.
I really don't like the ledge, just because I know where archers can fly very easily hit by an archer
I'm not
with a little distraction. And we know that Dave will get up on top of that, as he is right now.
Oh, or not.
He doesn't get knocked off. Dave falls off. Yeah. Now, I would give Unity the best chance of recovering, but them actually recovering it, I don't know.
Water Taste has a lot of support with him, though, so...
I mean, they are probably trying to stall this to at least the third map, and I can't blame them for it. It's the right choice.
The spot, if Patty M can get in a position, I think he can definitely headshot. Oh, he just headshot the wrong person, but that was very close.
Paddy did get the headshot. He did get a headshot there, which means he is actually and there's nothing really on Water Taste to stop him.
Water Taste just recupped. Oh my god.
That was a fantastic recovery, and that is a capture for Water Taste.
I didn't see what happened.
Wins is now stolen.
Oh, they just. Oh yeah.
And there's very little to stop him getting out as well.
Medic is at mid.
Yeah, you're gonna need some significant
away from. Oh no,
he got a medic, so this could be a capture right in the mid. Right counter steal. This could be a very significant cap. Keep them in the game.
Just someone webbed him, which is pretty good.
That's good, but there's nobody to recover from him.
No Archer, no instant kill.
Nexus cannot get the steal there, and the only one that can is a medic, who dies, and there is a cap for Unity. So right after that fantastic recovery, there is a fantastic counter by Unity. That was unexpected. Unfortunately, I was only on the outside of the map when Water Taste did recover, but I wonder how that happened. Did anybody actually see that?
Did not. Did we get that on stream?
I think we were looking at Water Taste when we did, so I don't know if we did. That is unfortunate. We will have to ask later as to how that flag was recovered.
I believe it was a pyro.
Pyro. Now there are two ninjas waiting for Water Taste, and this is another problem with Water Taste in general. They tend to use the same routes over and over again, which makes them really predictable. And that seems to be exactly what's happening right now. Oh dear. Yeah, now, Ningeek's brought out a good point, in that teams deal with the possibility of counter-capping and counter-stealing. And it's very difficult for them to handle that, and very few teams actually pull it off well. I think the single best team for counter-stealing is probably Delta Force, I would say, because of Radius. Radius is fantastic at counter-stealing. And it's a real serious threat, because you can just counter-steal and make any cap twice as difficult for the other team, because they not only have to deal with getting out of the flag room the first time, but then they have to keep it while they recover, and that can be very difficult.
He's been restored, and you believe he's taking the mid.
He is there, but he is also being that is bad news for Water Taste, because there is a medic constantly on him, and very little can stop him at the minute.
Yeah, he just got restored again. Pushed back a fair bit.
The only thing that's going to stop him really now is if they get a significant headshot.
Go Archer?
Paddy does go down there. Suwu is waiting in the wing to headshot, but he is being attacked.
Just headshot the medic. He just headshot the medic.
It's not significant because of where he is. This is likely going to be a capture now. That's some amazing Water Taste play. That was a fantastic headshot, right close, but not close enough. That is going to be it.
Alright.
Nexus Storm gets Nexus Storm gets killed as he steals, and that's a capture for Unity. It is well to say that Water Taste is handling Unity quite well on their map, but I don't think it's going to. It's not enough. And the big difference between this map and next is Unity's pick, so they are going to be better situated to beat them. And this puts Water Taste under some significant pressure as well, because they've got to steal and capture before the end of 3 minutes, otherwise they're at a significant disadvantage. Going into having to win on Unity's map, and win by a good 2 caps to even take the lead.
Do you think it's possible for them to tie it up? I'm not sure about.
Yes, I think it's possible, but it's going to need some big work. I think it's perfectly possible.
Do it.
The problem is actually, it's one thing to say that they can do it, and they can do it. It's just whether they actually.
I think Unity's weakness is the fact that they are roaming a lot,
No, I think that's probably one of their strengths. Because Delta Force
mean,
used a highly roaming strat with barely anybody in the flag room, and they have succeeded time and time again. I think it's less about how they're playing it, more how good they are at playing it.
If Water Taste's offense stays together as a unit and uses the same routes over and over again, of course, roaming very far out is going to work because their PvPers outmatch their offense.
I would say it's not a problem with their strategy. It's a problem with how they're pulling the strategy off. They're not strong enough at this time, or not experienced enough at this time to pull it off effectively. It should be said though, they're getting into the flag room time and time again, and I think that's purely because they haven't had a significant archer to deal with. Because if they were, they'd be much more concerned.
So Cool is out again at mid.
This could be the
and his medic is there.
Because they have got a medic.
Right there.
Yep, that's a very significant. This could be
I think Water Taste has an archer to headshot.
They don't have it. That's the other big thing. Water Taste played this very badly by not running an archer. Or a permanent archer, if that makes sense.
Have to play archer.
On this map, I would say it's silly not to. Because of how much damage you can do as an archer. I mean, I'd say on this particular map, maybe not killing as much, but archer is worth 2 ninjas in terms of how much they can disrupt the enemy team. Now Nexus is holding onto that flag pretty well, but there are 2 soldiers on him.
I was about to say. Alright, I think...
No, Water Taste don't have a permanent archer. They have Sawu, but it's only half the time.
Alright, I think that Water Taste just needs to try and hold on to this flag and not give them...
Because that's the best they can... This is the best they can hope for right now, just holding on for another 8 seconds.
This man could just run into the void, and that would...
Yeah, this is going to be a 2-1 to Unity. Just actually, it's probably the best that they could handle out of that situation. I would have liked them to equalize, but since they couldn't do that, it was best to at least stop them from capping again and making it a huge disadvantage. I don't think that was true, So Cool. I don't think you would have necessarily capped, because we were in that situation not about 10 minutes ago, and Water Taste won that stalemate. Unity won the map, which means that this is, as Unity's map pick, this looks very heavily weighted towards Unity's favor. As we expected, as most of the analysts expected, Unity is going to win this match. But that doesn't mean upsets can't happen. Now, I would say this actually... I would say
Unity...
Water Taste. This map benefits Water Taste because a couple of the players are very good PvPs in their own. The other thing is this puts Paddy out of action for the most part as an archer, because this map is not good to archer on.
Definitely.
And it doesn't look like they're willing to sub him out either.
I have flashbacks of Dave Insurgents on this map. Not fond memories. But I think Dave will definitely do a lot of work here.
We'll see Dave do a lot of work here. He's known to like counter-stealing here.
But what? Ninja steal? There's no ninja caps?
We're going to see some... We're going to hopefully see some ninja... Well, only one ninja.
I thought it was...
there isn't actually a limit on ninja caps.
Yeah.
There isn't a limit, it's just no ghosting. So we might see Dave caps in the space of a couple minutes. I don't know.
For Water Taste, right?
Yeah. Now, I would say Unity did a really good job there, but just given some of the quality of their players, I expected a lot more, if that makes sense. Like some of the quality that they had on their team, they could, the PvP and the strategy that they can come up with, I kind of expected a bit more. Maybe it was just rust or getting used to each other.
I think that they are performing. Really sure about their offense, but they are against a very strong defense, so we have to give them credit.
I'll be honest, I don't know whether their defense is functioning amazingly. They're functioning to stop Water Taste's offense, which is completely fine. Don't get me wrong, but I wouldn't say this is the best test of the defense that they have available there, because I know Dave and at the very least more than they put out there, and Carowinds as well, for that matter. I know for a fact that they're capable of what we saw then, and they allowed a capture through on a defensive map. So it again with a team which, let's be honest, doesn't have a main capper. So I'm not sure it was their best performance that last round. I've certainly seen
performance, better. But I'm saying that they weren't like wow.
Yeah, definitely not out there.
Yeah.
Yes, of course they will work on it.
I think
of course they'll get better. This is the first proper outing that they've had against other teams, so of course they're going to work on it. They're going to be teething troubles.
I think this match is just to kind of get a sense of how they need to improve, or what they're good at, what they're not.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And hopefully this next round will demonstrate to us exactly what Unity are capable of. Because hopefully they've practiced the map that they've decided to use for their choice.
Yeah.
Now instantly I see that's good from our new player Paddy. He's decided not to play Archer, which is a good move, and he's decided to play Medic instead. That's going to really help versions, because it frees up the Medic that they had to play something more significant. I also see Dave has switched out Ninja for Heavy. Now, he's not quite as good at Heavy as he is Ninja, but what I would say is that he's very strong at both. And we can see that straight away, because he is pretty much completely marking one of their players. Yeah, that's just complete knockdown. I would say Cyber is already out.
No, he's dead.
Cyber is already out. Now, does get recovered on there, but that was quite a while that she had that flag for, which bodes well for Unity's success rate, I guess. Taking a quick look at the last round, because I'm kind of interested to see how people did. The person that killed the most, I guess, was Siwoo. Siwoo did a really big job there. And I would say Paddy was doing a lot more than I expected as well, because he did actually get a good 30 kills there. Not the best for an Archer, but considering that they were going for him. That is a
nice web on So Cool, but he's out with support. Medic is on the other side, and he's running away from it.
Meanwhile, on Unity's defense side, doesn't really seem to be any kind of presence of Water Taste. Seems like they're being handled very well by Unity's defense, which is what I expected. I would say Nexus has now switched up to Heavy, which could be that could be a significant match for Dave, or so I thought, but Dave seems to be doing a lot more damage to him than the other round. Bread Administrator, meanwhile, is having massive trouble getting past Dave as well, doing a lot of damage, and Dave is nearly finished. He's already killed the Medic, and he's doing some strong damage to Administrator. So he's already got rid of their Medic, and he is pretty much going to kill his, or at least do enough damage to make playing Heavy for him an impossibility. Yeah, that is actually going to be a kill for Dave as well. So he kills both of them and has enough time to attack the Medic again. That's huge damage. Yeah, I would agree with Haynes here. I think Carowinds should be offensive, because at the minute, what I'm seeing is a significant kind of defense from Unity. They can afford to send something else offensive. And if they were to do that, I'm pretty sure that they would be able to capture pretty quickly. I would also say that right now Unity's offense are looking a little bit scattered. And so if they're getting some steals without, you know, working together as well as they potentially could, I think we'll see a capture very quickly. Meanwhile, okay, so I see once again we have Water Taste Defense coming in. Just Bread Administrator being completely stopped by Dave. And Dave is taking relatively little damage. I mean, he only just used his stake for the first time and he's already
The Pyro
basically...
didn't get really any damage. Oh.
Nexus Storm is now out, and...
got restored and it's out as well.
He is having significant trouble getting out, though. But he has gotten through, and as a soldier, he can make full use of the walls, and he also has a medic now as well.
Dead.
Meanwhile, Sokol has been knocked into the void.
Yeah.
Nexus is actually almost halfway across the map. Carowinds is having trouble, but he has got a medic support, so it doesn't matter. The damage isn't enough.
Going under and getting the restore.
He is almost to their flag. This could be a capture for Water Taste. If things aren't done.
Oh,
that was fantastic. I'm someone recovered that. That was a fantastic recovery.
It was.
If that had gone any further, that would have been just a capture for Water Taste and would have leveled the whole match.
However, there's a ninja, but she doesn't.
That could be a capture because there's very little on. There is very little to stop. I don't see where. That's a fantastic recovery though, because they from what we saw earlier, Water Taste aren't good at recovering once they've lost their capture, so they're at a point of weakness. And right now we see they actually did manage to save it that time. Now, Bread Administrator is actually going to get out of this. He almost got out of the flag room, but just ends up taking slightly too much damage. Yeah, Dave is doing a massive job for Unity's defense, taking out players before they even get to the flag room.
Apparently, So Cool is hacking.
I should also say there were 3 players, 4 players last round who did over 3,000 damage. I mean, that tells
really
you
that's
level
surprising.
of PvP.
They have,
considering the level of PvP we've got. I mean, the 4 players last round were Carowinds again. I'm someone. We had GTJ and we had Dave as well. So all the ones that you'd expect to deal that much damage. Yeah, he's not going to survive that. Yeah, we've had a couple of people that apparently have been hacking. We had a couple of
accusations during this.
Of course, I'm impartial and I do not say people are hacking or not. I've just said what we've had called out so far. We've had QTJ and Sokol. You can read into that what you
hackers.
Like. All hackers, yeah. Everybody on the team.
Everybody, you know, Arctic Galaxy.
No.
No. Ooh.
No.
Ooh, dude, my confidence level is a little hurt. So Cool is out. He is low though. Cyber couldn't get the...
Nexus is actually out as well.
Yeah.
But does die.
Stop insulting Minecraft players. Control yourself, sir.
I've already been told to stop doing that, but I've just ignored them. I've told you before, it'll be the end of the world by the time I stop players' ability to play the game. Well, I'd hope class limits were already imposed, so it doesn't matter how many medics you have, it should be within an acceptable limit already. So, just out of interest, any people really stand out as player of the game to you as if you had? I mean, I would, the person who's done the most damage so far would be Dave, yeah. To me, at least.
Just on a side note there, but you know, I think on offense-wise, because I have been paying attention to Unity's offense a little more.
Nexus,
I think Cyber is doing pretty well. She's, you know, switching around.
A fantastic web there, but it didn't actually make a difference because a ninja stopped.
And works some magic here. I believe that this will be a cap. Patty M is ignoring. Okay.
Now, Orimel is actually out, but he's taking significant damage really against all of that. That was just a recovery from Dave, and that gave him the cap he needed. Nexus is coming out, but at the wrong time really. Everyone on Unity is in the flag room, and it's gonna take a miracle for him to actually get out.
Change his route and go. Yeah, you need to do that, buddy.
It was too late. It was far too late. He was gonna die there. It was a bad time to come in and try and counter steal, and it was also a bad time to choose to stick to one route because it just completely stopped him. I see. It seems that Watertaste's defense has recovered from that capture, and to be fair, Unity don't seem to be having as much of an effect on this map as I thought they might, but it's still enough to win them the victory at the minute. I should say, Administrator has stolen. I don't know how far he's actually gotten, so I am on the other side of the map at the time. He does die. This time, Nexus, there's very little to stop Nexus other than Dave, and Oromel is there, stalling. But the problem is, Nexus seems to be using the same route over and over again, and it's what's costing him the flag almost every time now. It's getting, he really needs to choose to use the correct... He's choosing the same route over and over again, and don't get me wrong, it's not necessarily a bad tactic. Sometimes people think you're going to change route and you're not, but at this point, we've never seen, we haven't seen much of a difference. They pretty much use the same route over and over again, and Unity must be getting used to that. Unfortunately, nobody can see Watertaste's call right now, so I don't know whether or not they are actually calling. Yeah, what else have we got here? Why does medic have those? Well, it's because it's part of the class, so you should know this. I would say Dave is just doing so much damage. He's definitely killing at least half defense before the gate can get in.
Buff heavy on this map.
And he also seems to know exactly who's the target as well, because he's a major offensive player in this map so far.
I mean...
yeah, it's working. For Administrator, does get out, does steal, but doesn't get very far because the others can handle him. Yeah. What seems to be happening is they can't handle Nexus, but they can handle Administrator, and Dave's going right for him.
He is not. I don't think this man's gonna get out. Yeah, no.
Oh, there was no chance of him getting out. He took far too much damage. And you see, this is where something unconventional, like I was saying right at the start, about how there could be fewer limits, could really come into play here. Because in a conventional setting, Unity is, I would say, the stronger of the two teams. But if they played an unconventional kind of setup, which, let's be honest, they're quite good at playing unconventional setup, they might be able to get the upper hand. And in this case, it's just not having an effect. I mean, it's so cool. Once again, he's stolen again. He's not going to get out. No. He's not going to get out, but he has stolen again. It's the same thing over and over again. Both teams are getting.
Map is harder.
No, that's the thing. This is one of those. It's very much like the original airlock. If you get out, the likelihood is you're going to cap. but it's the question of actually getting out.
But he's at mid, so this man's going. Look at him.
The problem is he hasn't got any medic. There's two ninjas.
He's low.
He's gonna die. There's no way.
Where is his support?
There isn't a support.
Oh, that's sad. He was.
Where was Oro? Oro was watching him die. I don't know why. I think it could have been a mistake to choose that route, but what the biggest mistake was definitely
the route was a mistake. He did get knocked that way, and sometimes you just gotta go with it, man.
Yeah, but I think he should have tried to go more on the right side because it was going on the way he was going. Further away from the medic is never a good choice.
He should have, but he was being pushed that way, as I said before.
I'm sorry, but in that situation, soldier is king. You can definitely juke in that situation, at least to a small extent.
Is low. So
and the other big thing is, Oromel was watching him. So he wasn't doing anything, just watching, and that's another big error. She could have easily cleared at least one of those. Bread Administrator does actually steal there, but
nice walking into the water.
That was a good plan. He does actually avoid versions.
See, I don't know. Oh, if he can go out before.
It's an unconventional route, but it might work.
Oh no, he's too low.
With that said, Cyber has now stolen on the other side. Nope, not enough. Back to this side. If I were to be honest, I'd say Water Taste are getting the better steals at this present moment in time, but they're not getting their support is letting them down. Yep, Dave just completely crits out or not, even gets across the map. Didn't even get to that side of the map. Dave kills the medic and is now taking significant damage off Derpy Jazz. There is a medic there. And Derpy Jazz is doing some significant damage to Dave, but only because she got healed. The other thing is, with Derpy Jazz that far out, she has taken significant damage and is way out from the defense, which is letting Cyber get around. Oh, that was a good save from DTJ. Oromel has now stolen. We're having a succession of steals, but nothing that's really got out so far.
He's chemist.
I would say, yeah, it's really bad when you have at least one ninja and possibly two in a pinch. That's
yeah.
Be a death,
maybe.
No.
Oh no.
They were ahead.
Oof.
I would say the Nexus Storm is getting into the flag room and to stop him stealing. If no, they recovered in time. If he'd have been a little bit faster, he might have actually got that steal.
I just don't think in this medic chemist.
This medic pyro combo is actually doing quite well. Considering neither of them are particularly experienced in what they're doing, they're actually handling the Water Taste defense very well. In part because of Dave, and in part because of
yeah. Sorry, I'm just laughing at something, but
What were you laughing at?
Nothing. But they're actually running. I don't know why you're fighting him in the flag room.
I don't know why. I don't know why they're constantly. They're on the side of the flag. They could steal, and yet they just fighting Dave.
Is out.
And they die both. Both of them die before they actually get any significant damage off on him.
Nope.
See, if they'd have been closer to Bread Administrator, they might have been able to steal properly, but not enough. It's those kind of tiny little mistakes which are really letting Water Taste's offense down. It's not just Unity's defense that is fantastic, don't get me wrong. We are getting into the last stage of this map, and I can't see Water Taste capturing. There's very little pressure.
Yeah.
There's two soldiers coming in on offense for Unity.
Oh my god.
Professor Pilates did get a heal there,
Yeah.
He is taking some significant fire damage because Suwu keeps firing arrows at him.
See,
but I mean, all he needs is to
boost.
distract.
You see,
Ninja caps are allowed, so
to get out of this map is to go on the roof of the dome and just wall climb. That's the superior strategy.
It's also a very poor strategy one.
What do you mean it's superior?
Now, I would say this is probably a poor route choice.
Oh, but where else
given...
is she gonna go, though? Like, where else is she going?
Well, once she's made that selection,
and the back, there's not much she can do.
When she's chosen that route and committed to it, there's really not much she can do.
He's just gotta push through, man. He's just gotta push through.
Would you have been able to push through?
Absolutely.
Clearly, you have beaten all 8 of them in one go.
And right there, just woof.
Kill them all. So Cool manages to steal, dies, Nexus manages to steal, and it looks like he's going to die as well. Yep. So there's really only one significant push left for each team, and I have to say, it's gonna be Unity win. I can't imagine Water Taste managing to recover from this.
Anything is possible.
Anything is possible, but it's gonna need some amazing luck.
This is my girl, Mitch. She's got a last-second capture on this map.
Yeah, the problem is Mitch is not on either side. That is an issue.
I don't think boosted. He can maybe.
Yeah, So Cool has a medic as well. He's not gonna make it, but
actually,
at the same time.
no. If he is.
No, he's not gonna make it.
No, he just. I thought.
He's not gonna make it, but he's pretty much damaged any hope of Water Taste capturing. Not even a Ninja Cap could get across him. 5 seconds.
I believe that this will be game.
Yep, that's it. So that is a 2-1, 1-0 for Unity. A much closer game than people were expecting, but still a dominant Unity performance, which is pretty much what everybody expected. Are we playing the map 3?
I think it's on no end.
Are we playing map 3? It might be interesting to see that.
It's on no end.
Everybody has decided to leave. That is a shame. So, player of the game, I think we have to give it to Dave just for the sheer amount of damage he did.
Yeah.
I mean, he was definitely the major instrument. Yeah, I've just checked his damage output on Airlock, and he's done 4,500 as a heavy. So he was destroying everybody.
Yeah.
There's very little.
I think that's fair.
Yeah, I have to say.
Wow.
Yeah, I just think he stood out.
Yeah, I think he was in for Water Taste's offense not going in as a unit, and their medic being delayed or dead.
Yeah. So I think that's going to wrap up the stream. Water Taste versus Unity. That's a Unity win 1-0. Sorry, 2-1, 1-0. Player of the game is Dave. Thank you very much for watching. I'm Proterozoic. That's Arctic Galaxy.
Broadcastic day, everyone. Have a broadcastic day. All right. There we go.
That's cringy. Please stop.